How are you tonight?
I'm doing real good,
Oh,
darling.
good. You've been working all day. I have hardly seen you.
Well, that's just sort of the way it is. I
Isn't
actually
it?
have what I laughingly refer to sometimes as my real job.
Oh, yeah. Well, I want you to know I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. You work
Thank
real
you.
hard too.
No, I've
You
been busy all day,
you've been
too.
busy all day too. Well,
Yep.
well, you might have guessed that's what tonight is all about, is
Yep.
appreciation. But let's get started. Let's turn our thoughts to God in prayer first.
Sounds good.
Let's open our thoughts to God and the power of God's love within us, and the power that love has to guide and to bless and to heal. The power that love has to bring our lives peace and purpose and meaning. And let us open ourselves to appreciation today for the peaceful transition of power in our
Yes.
nation today, and appreciation for the blessings that is this country and this world and this beautiful earth that we live on, and the appreciation for all of those in our lives who make this living special. We are so, so grateful. And we say this in the name and through the mighty power of the living Christ within us. And we affirm, thank you, God, together 3 times. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And so it is.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. And, we are here at Unity Café. We come
Yes, we are.
we come to you live every Wednesday at 6:30. And this is a casual, conversational approach to common sense and practical spirituality.
Yes.
For the last several weeks, we've been talking about mindfulness and
Yes.
self-awareness.
Yes. Self-awareness is the old word, the old phrase, and mindfulness is kind of the new phrase, the new catchword. But they both represent the same process within us, discovering ourselves, learning to know ourselves at a deeper level.
That's right. That's
Yes,
right.
and to function better.
We haven't introduced ourselves.
Right.
That's right. And this is Reverend Toni Stevens Coleman.
And this is Reverend Evan Coleman.
That's right. And we are here at Unity Lincoln Church in the Bethany neighborhood of, in the
Lincoln?
beautiful Bethany
Beautiful.
neighborhood of Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yes.
And we are so grateful that you have chosen to join us this evening or whenever you are watching
whenever.
this.
Yes, we are a community of love here.
That's right.
We practice all that is good, all that is love, all that is sacred, and all that is holy. Our desire is to grow spiritually.
That's right.
And it's helpful to do that together. It's an inside job, but it really helps to have other people, to have safe people to experiment with, to test our ideas with, to explore the spiritual realm.
That's right. That's right. And let's share our mission statement here.
Good idea.
Here at Unity Lincoln, we are a
Loving
loving spiritual
community, consciously choosing to recognize and demonstrate we are God in action. And we've got a vision statement.
We certainly do. Our vision for the world is that
We joyfully celebrate a loving world of peace, harmony, and abundance. And so join us. See your hands there holding the world in the vision that we share.
That's right.
Yes.
Well, as we mentioned, we have been talking about mindfulness and self-awareness now for several weeks, for about 12 weeks now, for about 3 months.
That's true.
And last week we shared a great deal. The last 2 weeks we shared a great deal about authenticity. What does it mean to be your authentic self?
To be genuine, to be honest,
That's right.
to honor the truth about yourself as you understand it.
That's right. To be, we talked that we think about authenticity as not merely just being honest, but honest at a much deeper level. We eliminate self-aggrandizement in our honesty because, quite frankly, sometimes honesty has a kind of a harsh tone. So, and that comes from
It can be unkind.
it can be unkind.
And we're not talking about going there. We're
That's
not
right.
talking about being honest to the point of hurting people.
That's right. We are talking about being honest to ourselves
To yourself.
and to bring with that a real heart connection, to bring an honesty, sharing, and authenticity.
Yes.
And so, but this week we're going beyond just authenticity, and we are talking about the power of appreciation. And darling, I appreciate
I
you.
appreciate you. But you know what? There are those who would say, oh, well, thank you very much, but it was nothing.
Oh, it's not nothing.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
And friends, I love to say I appreciate you. I say this to all the many helpers in the community. When I go through to the supermarket, there are young people there who are collecting up groceries for others. And if I say, I appreciate you, I appreciate all you're doing, sometimes they just give me this look of like, huh? What? I'm just doing my job.
Just
ma'am."
my job. Just my job, ma'am.
But this is a big thing. For me, personally, years ago, it was a big thing to make that step to simply say thank you. To not put down, because that's what it can feel like or even be, to not put down myself or others who are saying thank you so much.
That's right.
Or I appreciate you. Instead of saying, oh, it's nothing, don't brush it off. And I at one time I had a conversation with one person because we were working together. And any time that something special was being done for me, I would hear the words, I would say thank you, and I would hear the words, oh, it's nothing, never mind, it's nothing. And I said, please allow me to be grateful. Allow me to be grateful. Are you calling me a liar that it's truly nothing? Because to me, I wouldn't have said thank you.
If you didn't mean it.
I wouldn't have said I appreciate that if I didn't mean it.
Yeah, that would be like bringing somebody a birthday gift and them saying, oh, no, thanks, and just tossing your birthday gift away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a self-awareness. Is to learn to experience genuine gratitude, to be grateful. That doesn't mean you have to be over the top. It just means to be sincere, to be authentic, to be honest.
Being
and
able to
appreciate.
accept the gift.
To be able, and not dismiss other people's.
Do you know sometimes other people will dismiss the gift in another way?
Mm-hmm.
They will feel like they absolutely have to return the compliment. They thank you. Oh no, thank you. It's that would be like I bring you a birthday gift and you have to say, oh wait, just a minute, I've got something here for you. Let me go.
Yeah. And that can be genuine.
It
can
can
be, but it shouldn't be a habit.
That's
and
right.
It shouldn't be what is it?
It should,
Ingenuine.
That's right. And again, we're talking about authenticity. The very best way to accept a compliment like that, to accept an appreciation, is to just simply say, thank you, and then close your mouth.
Be quiet.
That's right.
Just
Accept it.
be appreciative.
Say yes.
Say yes.
Say yes to it.
Don't dismiss another person's feelings and their thoughts and their statement.
Have you ever had something taken away from you and only then you realize how much you really, really appreciated it?
I'm sure I have.
Yeah, it's a common,
I
something may
think-
not come to mind at the moment,
Yeah.
but it's a pretty common occurrence. You know, I'm reminded of the song from the 60s, Don't It Always Seem to Go, You Don't Know What You Got Until It's Gone.
Yeah,
They
this is-
paved paradise and put up a parking lot.
Yeah, country music is full of statements like that.
That's right. I remember when I first left home, when I first left my childhood home, Lincoln, Nebraska, where we are right now, and moved for the very first time to Lexington, Kentucky. Now, I got to tell you, in general, that was a very positive experience for me. I did a heck of a lot of growing up. You know, that was Lexington, Kentucky. I spent a big chunk of my young adulthood in Lexington. But I came to the realization that I just didn't know how good I had it in Lincoln because I had to rebuild my life and
Your support system.
I had to rebuild my support system. I had to find, you know, I had to do a whole lot of things that I never thought twice about living at home. And so, yeah, I had failed to truly appreciate what I had in Lincoln when I first moved to Lexington, and then it happened again. I moved, I spent a number of years in Lexington, Kentucky, but at a certain point, I got a little disenchanted with a few things that were going on in Kentucky, mostly.
You felt the call of unity.
And I felt the call of unity, and I really felt, well, you know, my place is in Kansas City, and so I left Kentucky and I moved to Kansas City, and darn it if I didn't go through it again. There was a whole lot of things that I had just sort of taken for granted.
There were wonderful people.
There were
weren't there?
wonderful people.
Yeah.
There were wonderful friends that I left behind, some of whom I've never reconnected with again. They've just simply lost track of them. And, you know, we get busy in our lives and that kind of thing, but I didn't appreciate them fully and completely and as deeply as I would care to now. So we do that. We don't fully recognize how much we appreciate someone until that someone or that something isn't around anymore. And then, you know, we wish that we had expressed our appreciation more. We wish that we had told them, well, the time to do that is now.
It's always in the now.
It's
Isn't it?
always in the now. This now moment is when you feel the appreciation, and it's when we should express our appreciation to others. So, you know, people confuse recognition and appreciation. You know what?
I never thought about it.
Recognition is about something you've done, some achievement, it's a recognition is getting an award for being a good employee because you've accomplished something, or
Or
maybe
it's about the thing. For instance,
it's about the doing.
yes, about the doing. For instance, like shoveling all the snow off the paths. That would be recognition.
That's right. And
Now you might appreciate it, and then you go and you tell the person, "Thank you so much for shoveling all the snow off my path. I really appreciate you." It's not just I appreciate what you did.
That's right. And appreciation is much more about your value as a human being.
Isn't that interesting?
Appreciation is about who you are, not necessarily what you've done.
Yes. Huh. And how I remember, not my generation, but the generation or two before me, it was it was the time of getting the gold watch for 25, 30 years and retirement. Or I remember...
You remember piano lessons, you get a gold, you learn
get
your
a
piano
gold
beat, you get a
star.
gold star, and that's your
Yep.
your recognition that you've learned this piece.
Well, I say that because I have received from a few relatives the silver platter with their name on it in recognition of 25 years of service. The gold watch in recognition of 30 years of service to the company.
That's right.
And, I remember those relatives. The gold watch was nice. It wasn't really gold, It was the standard watch. But those things really didn't mean much. Matter of fact, we have... I think we have a set of silver service that was passed down and that the church has inherited that, we've never used it. One of my church ladies, kitchen ladies, wanted to put it out on the counter, but, here in Bethany,
it seems a little out of place.
It's in our potlucks. I told her, I said, well, we've got a place for it, and perhaps one of these days we will have high tea, and we will bring out the silver service, and we will put petit fours on the silver. We will have that kind of an event, but otherwise. All of those things, I think that pure, true appreciation would have been more valued than recognition, receiving the thing. The statement of merit doesn't mean as much as the personal connection.
And sometimes just simply because of recognition being something you do and appreciation being just appreciation as your value, your worth as a human being, sometimes we're not necessarily really all that deserving of recognition, but everybody deserves appreciation.
That's something to think about. Say that again.
We are not always deserving of recognition. Sometimes you try, maybe you're trying your best, and maybe you're not trying your best, and just it doesn't work out. It doesn't work out in any kind of way that really shows any kind of results, any kind of positive results. And so the results are a little lackluster. Well, am I going to come out and give you a gold watch for very lackluster results? That kind of recognition is undeserved recognition.
Inauthentic.
It's inauthentic.
It's dishonest, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a kind of lying. It's a kind of we would in business sometimes we would say blowing smoke up their backside. We're going to give you a plaque and then get you out of here.
One of the things I know that a lot of I'm on everyone's list. Everyone wants me to give to them. I think that you cross a certain age and they share your name and address with everyone. But one of the ploys is to send you a certificate honoring you for being a donor. And, I suppose there are seniors who keep albums filled with certificates, but
Most of the time, it
it
rattles
just
around on
goes
your
in the
kitchen.
recycling because, number one, I have actually accomplished things that I am proud of, that I'm glad I've accomplished, that I feel really good about, and there is value to saying thank you before you receive a gift, but it's not the same thing because it feels so inauthentic to me to receive a certificate of appreciation for making a donation to some organization that I haven't donated to,
Yeah.
that
And so,
I haven't connected to.
so we're not always deserving of recognition, but everybody is deserving appreciation, and appreciation is what we really hunger for. It's a true mark in employees in a business, in an organization. It is true of just about any team. It's true in church life. It's true of our congregants. What people really desire is to be appropriated, not necessarily
Yes,
recognition.
to be valued.
To be valued as human beings,
agree.
and what they really desire, what makes them feel appreciated. It's a true test of how satisfied, how happy you are in a job. It's a true marker of, are you going to work as hard as you can for that employer, for that job? Are you going to give your best effort? Is frequently a marker of how you feel appreciated. If no one appreciates you, then of what is your motivation for giving 110%? If
Interesting.
nothing. There's a little cartoon. It didn't come from Charles Schulz, but they use Peanuts characters, and it's Charlie Brown sitting next to Snoopy, and Charlie Brown says to Snoopy, he says, "Sometimes doing a good job around here is like peeing your pants in a dark suit. It gives you a warm feeling, but nobody notices." So.
Oh dear. No, that doesn't sound like Schultz.
No, it is not Schultz. So.
Oh, I was blessed growing up because he lived just down the street from us.
Really?
Yeah, well, it was a long street. It was down next city over.
You had a
yeah.
lot of famous people within a stone's throw.
Yeah, I'm a California girl,
Captain Kangaroo. She knew Captain Kangaroo.
Yeah, he asked me to marry him. I was only 14. But he was on Channel 2, and my folks were really good friends, and we spent a lot of time.
So appreciation, again, recognition is about something that you do. Appreciation is about who you are. And seeing, when we say every week, we say namaste, the Christ in me greets the Christ in you. That's appreciation.
That is appreciation.
You're actually, you're appreciating a visiting deity when you say namaste to someone. When you say the Christ in me. Yeah, that's right. So mindfulness, coming back to mindfulness, coming back to self-awareness, mindfulness is about knowing your needs for appreciation, being able to appreciate yourself. It's knowing what motivates you in terms of your appreciation, but it's also about knowing the needs of others and how important it is to appreciate others.
I think especially right now, we can't haul off and hug each other.
Yeah.
We aren't able to even oftentimes today we're not able to be in the same space as each other. And so acknowledging someone, acknowledging their value, saying, I appreciate you, and genuinely meaning it eye to eye, wherever possible, is so valuable for people.
And we really do. It is difficult during this time of social distancing, just not being able to see one another on a weekly basis the way we usually are in church. You mentioned hugging. Unity is kind of known for hugging. As a matter of fact, that's one of the first things that told me I was in the right place. I walked into the basement of the church after the service, and I was a hippie back in those days. So I was wearing my hippie clothes and my long hair. I probably stank like who knows what. And somebody hugged me, and I said, "Okay," But I've had to learn that that's not always how you appreciate people. Some people they're not ready for that kind of intimacy. They're not ready for that kind of appreciation. And that's okay. You appreciate them by also respecting their personal boundaries.
Right.
And asking if it's okay to hug but at this time where social distancing is just key, it's so critical, it really feels very odd not being able to hug someone.
Yeah,
So
I think
it
we
becomes more
get
important to tell them.
we get very hungry in our skin. And I think unity people, being a lot of people are huggers. I think it's especially important then to verbally appreciate each other. And simply for being who they are, simply for being a fellow human being, and all human beings are of value.
We need to know that who we are matters. Who we are now, it's most important that you know this for yourself, but it also helps a great deal when you tell someone that they matter to you, that you genuinely appreciate, and it's wonderful to hear. It raises our levels of serotonin and oxytocin. Oxytocin and serotonin.
The feel-good hormones.
The feel-good hormones.
Enzymes and
When
hormones.
someone expresses their appreciation, it's a double dose, because the person that you are appreciating gets that surge of oxytocin and serotonin, and the person who is expressing their gratitude, expressing their appreciation, they feel it too. They get a nice little chemical boost from that kind of appreciation.
So if you are one who is of the habit of saying, oh, no, it was nothing, please don't. Because that was what I experienced, like I said, with that one person that I was involved in projects with. And I, like I said, I finally said, how can you say it's nothing? I feel something.
Yeah.
I am getting value from it. Don't take that away from me.
That's right.
And so, genuine appreciation.
We talk a lot about gratitude in unity, and appreciation and gratitude are very closely linked. Very closely linked. Most of the time, we talk about gratitude as it relates to the law of mind action. Giving thanks before you receive the blessing. Giving thanks before you see the miracle. It is a part of the law of mind action. It is, when you assume the same feelings that you would have had you had what the thing that you desire. You can feel those feelings whether you have the thing or not. And assuming those feelings before you have received the blessing, before you have received the desire or whatever it is or whoever it is, before you have realized the miracle, when we assume those feelings, it greases the wheels.
Gives you the blessing, and yes, and it's oftentimes it's as valuable as receiving the actual thing, but it does grease the wheel in that it's most likely to actually manifest if you have gone through this process of experiencing before you receive the gift. You know, that's one of the teachings of Jesus. He taught that to us over and over again. He taught it through his words and his actions.
During the feeding of the multitude. Now, there's several accounts. I think there's as many as 6 accounts of the feeling of the feeding of the multitude scattered throughout all 4 Gospels. If you count them all up, there are 6 different accounts of the feeding of the multitude, and in each count, he gives thanks before the blessing. You know, he gives thanks, and then he starts passing out the little bit that he has, and all of a sudden everybody is fed.
Multiplied everything, everyone's
you
fed.
give thanks before you receive the blessing. That type of appreciation, that's appreciation for all of the gifts of God, and we can have those feelings before the blessing, before the miracle happens. That's right.
Yes.
So, appreciation and gratitude, they are so powerful.
And so intertwined.
That's right. And so easy to forget. It's easy to forget to do it. So, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
What are you grateful for right now?
Right this minute, right off the top of my head.
Right off the top
I'm
of your...
grateful for you.
Well, that's the
in
obvious
my life. Well, it is obvious, and I'm aware of it constantly.
I'm very aware of it too. I'm grateful for every minute that I have with you. You know, during this time of COVID and social distancing, and
yesterday we went out and lit candles and rang noisemakers at 5:30, and I hope that you shared in that too. And with our new president and his ceremony on the Lincoln Monument. Excuse me. Appreciation for all of the losses, all the lives that have been lost to COVID, and for our moving forward through this experience and out of this experience.
Where I was going was appreciation, you know, during this time where, you know, I'm not going into work every day, I'm actually able to spend a great deal more time at home with you. Together. Toni and I have spent more time together in the last year than any previous year that we've ever had before. You know,
I found out I really do like you.
Yeah, believe it or not. And you know, it's they say absence makes the heart grow fonder. I don't think it's true. When you really love somebody, you love spending time with them.
Yeah.
You know,
playing and visiting and
that's right.
Yeah, sharing.
So that's something I'm very appreciative of. Is the time.
And I'm so appreciative of Unity Lincoln and all the wonderful people we know here, all of the experiences that we share here, and I'm appreciative of all of the things that the spiritual growth opportunities that come along. You know, they say be careful what you ask for. But the truth is that positive, practical Christianity frames that so that what I ask for is positive and practical. And those are the spiritual experiences that I seek, that I ask for. So I am blessed, amazingly blessed.
I'm so appreciative. Now, it's easy to get into recognition here because we have quite a few congregants, members, friends of the church who
Wonderful
do
people.
things for us.
Wonderful people who have, you know, who gift us, who tithe, who do their spiritual practice
That's right.
with us and share those
But I
things.
also appreciate those people in our lives, those people in the lives, the life of this church, the life of this ministry, who are not necessarily capable of doing much for us.
But being present, being part of us.
But they are
Part
a
of
part of
us.
this community. They are a part of this congregation. They are a part
Well,
of
I think-
our life, and I appreciate that.
I think that being part of our life experience is doing, is giving, is being.
It is.
Yes.
But we don't need to, and as appreciative as I am of the people who do things for us, who just help us with the day-to-day running of the church and the various
Well, it's
missions.
their
and
church, too.
That's right.
It's their, I acknowledge that.
But they don't necessarily have to do anything for us for me to appreciate it. Appreciate just simply their presence in our lives, in our ministry. And I'm
Being part of this wonderful, beautiful tapestry
that's right.
that, you know, I experience it as a tapestry of my life. At one time, there was a wonderful publication booklet that came out from Unity probably 30 years ago or more called Make Your Life a Masterpiece. And I claimed that for myself, and I have used that ever since. And it is like a masterpiece or a tapestry. All of the wonderful experiences and all of the amazing people that we get to interact with and get to share with.
I appreciate all of the people that I have known throughout the almost 40 years now, maybe, that I've been associated with Unity. First here at this Unity Lincoln Church, and then in Kentucky, and then in Kansas City. 3 or 4 different ministries that I was involved in Kansas City. And at every place I went, there were wonderful people. People who taught me, people who gave me a greater vision of who I could be and what I could do, helped shape my life simply with their presence, simply with who they were. They were able to mold the arc of my life and the paths that I took. And I so appreciate each of them. Now, I've got an exercise for you.
Okay,
And this is something that
means
you can do at home.
for you.
This is something that you can do at home. We need to make gratitude and appreciation a daily practice. Because, again, it's so easy to forget. It is so easy to forget the daily practice of appreciation. So ask yourself this question: what are you grateful for right now? What are you grateful for right now? And once you've thought of that, I want you to go get a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen, a little Post-it note, something, anything that you can write down on. Write down what you appreciate, what you are grateful for right now, and then hide that piece of paper
Oh, how fun.
from yourself.
Yes.
So hide it
Tuck it away somewhere.
Tuck it away in a drawer, in a cupboard, under a coffee cup, someplace that you won't think to look for a while. And then one day, you're going to open up that cupboard.
So what you want to do,
grab that coffee cup.
So that you don't forget what it was about, you want to make sure that you write down,
I am grateful for.
Yes, I am grateful for, or I appreciate.
That's right. And we can do this on a daily basis. One of the prayer practices that I have done in the past, that probably I should pick this one up again, was to make myself a daily gratitude list. Write down every single day in your journal, in your diary, on any old scrap of paper. Take the time to write it down. Think of several things every single day. What are you grateful for? Ask yourself the question, what am I grateful for right now? You know why? Because it's impossible to be hateful and grateful at the same time.
Oh, that's wonderful.
You cannot do it. You cannot be hateful and grateful at the same time. They cannot coexist. And you know the other thing that doesn't mix well with gratitude and appreciation? Victim consciousness. It's hard to think of yourself as a victim when you're being grateful for something.
So this is why this is a huge step to take in self-awareness and mindfulness. It's an exercise in practicing mindfulness. Yes.
And remember to express your appreciation for others.
Yes.
Remember to tell the people in your life how much you appreciate them. You know, absolutely nobody thinks that they are too appreciated.
No. Look for opportunities to appreciate people.
Nobody feels overappreciated. Oh, I've got way too much appreciation in my life. You know, nobody feels that way.
Yeah.
Everybody longs. It is something that you don't even know that's missing until you receive it. You get that little boost. I mean something to somebody.
Well, and remember, here's a Unity 101. In the beginning was the Word. The Word is our creative tool as human beings. It is how we manifest everything, is from that energy that we use to form words. So go forward. Appreciate. What you gonna do? You're singing something.
Pour yourself in me.
Ooh.
Pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Pour yourself in me. Pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Pour your joy. Pour your joy in me. Pour your joy into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Pour your joy in me. Pour your joy into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Sing your song. Sing your song in me. Sing your song into Dance and smile in me. Dance and smile into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Dance and smile in me. Dance and smile into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, pour your love. Pour your love in me. Pour your love into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Oh, wonderful Spirit.
Ooh, warm fuzzies.
Ricky Byers Beckwith.
Yes, it is.
Ricky Byers.
Yeah.
And you know what? It is that time to pour ourselves through our gift of spirit,
Yeah.
through our tithes and offerings.
And let me share with you that we appreciate you so much for the gifts and tithes, for the love offerings that you send to Unity Lincoln. You bless us.
That's right. Let's share our offertory blessing together.
Divine
Divine
love
love
flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful. Thank you, God.
And you can send your tithes and love offerings to paypal.me/UnityLincoln. That's paypal.me/UnityLincoln. Or if you're already on PayPal, you can send it directly to office@unitylincoln.org. You can also send your tithes and love offerings the old-fashioned way through the mail or through a bank transfer by sending it to Unity Lincoln, P.O. Box 30209, Lincoln, Nebraska 68503. Or you can go to our webpage at unitylincoln.org, and there you will find a convenient link to donate via PayPal. You can also support Unity Lincoln by signing up for the Amazon Smile program so that every purchase that you make at Amazon.com supports Unity Lincoln and what we do here. And please remember to subscribe on YouTube and like us on Facebook. We sure appreciate it when you do. Let us know. Put it in the comments section. Give us that
thumbs up.
Give us the big thumbs up. Tell us and get us the message if you have questions about Unity, if you have questions about Unity Lincoln, or just something that you'd like to communicate with us. Leave comments, or you can email the office there, and we try to get back with people quickly. We try to get back with you with a personal response.
And Evan, you know what I did today?
What did you do today,
I
honey?
signed up online to get my vaccination.
Wow!
My COVID. Now, I don't have an appointment yet, but I signed up to make an appointment.
All
So
right.
I am ready.
You are.
And I think that the sooner that I do that, and that we all do that, the sooner we can get back in our building and start collecting those hugs.
That's right. Let's sing our prosperity song.
Okay,
come on.
that's
Give and God gives it back to you. Give and God gives it back to you. Give and God gives it back to you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over, back in good measure. God gives it back to you. Sing it over, give and God gives it back to you. Give and God gives it back to you. give and God gives it back to you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. Back in good measure, God gives it back to you. We are so grateful that you have joined us here this week for Unity Cafe. And
we still don't have the new book up.
That's right.
Oh dear.
Adeline's book club is meeting again. They took a little bit of a break for the holidays, but they are meeting again on Tuesday nights.
I have it on good
Authority? What? Respect my authority.
All right. That they did meet. Their first meeting
was just Tuesday.
Was Tuesday, and all they have done is talk about the foreword.
The new book.
So you have not missed anything.
This is the old book. This is what they were doing just before the holidays. The new book is Marian Williamson's Return to Love.
Yes,
That's
Return
right.
to Love.
I'll get you new artwork as soon as I think about it.
Yes. Well, we have it on our other service.
That's right.
So, you just...
so they meet via Zoom. So if you are interested in joining Adeline's Friends Book Club on Tuesday nights, contact the office. Again,
yes,
office.
You can telephone, leave a message. There's only a message machine there. Or you can email.
office@unitylincoln.org. We will get you that Zoom link, and you can join Adeline's Friends.
And they're a nice size.
They are a nice
group,
size
but
bunch.
There's room for more.
That's right.
Yes.
And you can also join me on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. for Metaphysics. Metaphysics is the study of truth. It's what most people would call philosophy or theology. And it is Unity's approach to answering certain questions like, who are you? What are you? Who and
Why are we here?
Why are we here? Who and what is this God person anyway?
What am I supposed to do with my life?
What am I supposed to do with my life, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? And how do we enjoy a fuller, freer, more expansive life? How do we enjoy good relationships, prosperity, good health? How do we make that happen through the power of mind action, through the power of Spirit's call within us? And so that's what we talk about on Sunday mornings.
Yes.
Also on Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock, or 10:30, I'm sorry, is our Sunday morning worship service. And that's a slightly more traditional Sunday morning service. Mm-hmm. And both of those events, both Metaphysics and our Sunday morning worship service, are live streamed on YouTube and Facebook. Please, please, please join us. We so look forward to the point when you can join us in person again. But for right
it's coming.
now, it's
coming. We hold that vision.
For right now, join us on Facebook or on YouTube. And let's pray our prayer of protection together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And let us share this affirmation for our church family together. Unity Lincoln is blessed to draw the people, funds, and all that is required for the health and growth of our community and peace in the world. Heart to heart. You know, we've got just a couple of minutes. I wanted to share a little bit more appreciation of what happened today.
Yes. Today we have a new beginning.
We witnessed the peaceful transition of power in our democracy, and it is so
Thank you, God.
So wonderful to see this transition of power and all of the blessings that this wonderful country has for us. We just know that the best is yet to be.
Yes.
God bless you
God
all.
bless you.
Namaste, dear ones.
Have a wonderful week. We'll see you on Sunday, hopefully.
That's right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.